The playoffs are back at Lambeau, and the temps, well, they're where you would expect them in the frigid range. Just how the Cheeseheads like it here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Ahead, we'll decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game, as we've got a great one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon.
All day, baby, all day. Set. 15 line. 15 line. You better be afraid. Roll out. Under 10. 10.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. Second and 6.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Lawrence. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So opening drive, 3rd down. They complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, and the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
We own them. Look at me.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Out time, guys. Out time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Check out.
Now a give here to Pollard. Fights loose. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Trying to run for it with Pollard.
Tighten up.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Zerline good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, Deontay Harris. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 24.
We taking wins home. Jumbo! Check 50. Check 50. Hey, 88.
Throwing to start the drive. Rodgers finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that?
Hey, take 26. Switch 26.
On 1st down, Rodgers. And one more time, here's Kirk. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Keep playing hard, fellas. All day. Whoa! Let's get it. Green 18. Go 25's the mic. Let's go to 50.
On play action, now Rodgers. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Kadarius Toney, 30 yards. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
52 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's given us too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off. I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
And that's incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
A 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. 1st down, Dallas.
These two teams all tied after one.
You can't block me. You can't block me. 10's the mic. 10's the mic.
They go play action with Lawrence. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard.
Crunch.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, 27 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And that'll set them back 5.
Let's go. 319. 25's the mic. Hey, me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you.
Now it's Rodgers. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. In the pocket, chucked it away. Flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field. Have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
Rodgers going to throw.
It's our time. It's our time.
That'll be caught. It's Tony. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay.
I don't think anyone would argue that having that extra week definitely helps come playoff time. And those were some fresh legs right there. That extra practice time and planning, certainly in evidence.
Hey, you block over here.
Now a play fake. Rodgers.
Let's go heavy. Let's go heavy.
That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he's got some space here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Rush in. Undercrush. Over. Yeah, Liz. Lance, moving. He's moving, boys. He's moving.
Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Auden Tate, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is Tony Pollard. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And the clock blitz gets him that time as he goes down for a short loss.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up fourth down. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Back deep, Deontay Harris. This is fielded at the 7. Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know. Slam, slam.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
Mike's by 4. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight D. Don't let him breathe, defense.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Tate. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on Divisional Round Weekend.
Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense.
We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful Divisional Round Weekend.
Right there, 54, right there, right there. 54, Mike. Why this team showed up. Hey, watch that, watch that.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Kill.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Throwing is Rodgers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers, 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Packers have moved out in front. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. McCann's got it teed up. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And within trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure, or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers.
Check.
Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
On play action, it's Rodgers.
That's going to be a long day.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's third.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And able to find Kirk complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
No. On the 50. Bang, 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 bang. He's coming.
Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. That's complete to Tony. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So we've come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. Here's Harris to return it. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Back north. Zoom.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
Rodgers' throw caught by Tony. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College, of course at Cal. And I remember watching him play at Cal, and he would run 7-on-7 drills.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Micah Parsons. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Got some real estate inside the 30. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. 43 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. McCann's got it teed up. Now Pollard. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
2nd and 10 here as we sit in the third quarter of this divisional round matchup. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the rhythm quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now Lawrence. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. On the return, Harris. So a change of possession here on the punt, and the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. So well done there, and these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do, and now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat.
There he goes left side. The 40. 20. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A big play there. An even 90 yards. And the Packers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. McCann's got it teed up. Now Pollard. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up. Give him different.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Well, it's a cold night, and whether you're a quarterback that wears a glove on his throwing hand or not, that ball is a rock, Brandon. You've got to really drive it through the cold and the wind, or it can take off on you. And that may have been what happened there.
Box it. Shift.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Four down, four down.
Hands it off out of the gun. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Watch tight end. Hey, boys, we got four. Four down. Hey, take 26. Get 300. Get 300.
On play action, Rodgers. Flush to his right. This is caught. It's Kirk. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Of course we think of Aaron Rodgers as a pocket passer, but you and I both know this guy's a pure athlete. He can get outside and make plays with his legs as well.
Yeah, showed it right there outside of the pocket and on the money.
Double tight, double tight. Hey, we got four. We got four down.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Out. Jam him.
And they'll run again. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A great effort there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Packers are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this 4th quarter lead. McCann's got it teed up. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And he will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. So a great play there by the defense. If these guys are going to advance, and it looks like they will, this defense a big reason why.
And they love carrying the mantle for this team, don't they? You see the way that they move around out there? They want to lead this team deeper into the playoffs and hopefully onto the Super Bowl.
And that return for a touchdown certainly helps that cause. Extra point by McCann, up and good, and the lead will swell by 1 more. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They knew this would be tough on the road divisional round, and that has certainly been the case with the deficit they face in this 4th quarter. And this is going to be a Cowboys 1st down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
I got one. He's crashing.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. And he fires one that's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having...